Hello, thank you for watching Wasabi Aquarium channel. In this video, I will explain on creating a triangle-shaped aquascape for a 60 cm planted aquarium stone arrangement edition. This video is a part of the layout series, and I will explain on stone arrangement. In the previous video, which was the first edition, we brought both sides of the aquatic plant's bushes to the center, and we left the center space open using an Aqua Design Mono's forward. We will refer to Aqua Design Mono as ADA here on in this video. If you haven't seen the previous video, there is a link down in the description box down below, so please check it out. You will be able to tell the difference between this video as well. We had an amazing feedback for our previous video, and we think we were able to help out. There were many people who wanted to see the stone arrangement, so as a response to the popular request, we will now explain about stone arrangement. The aquascape we chose for this video is a triangle-shaped aquascape. The triangle-shaped aquascape is relatively easy to create a balance with, and it is relatively easy to create for beginners. However, even with this aquascape, there are actually some important points in creating this landscape, so I will explain this further later on in this video. Before that, as with the previous video, I will show you the finished product in the beginning, and then go on to explain how this aquascape was made, and about the shapes and weight of the stones in detail. Many viewers had questions such as how large the leading headstone should be in scale to the 60 cm planted aquarium, and what the mass weight should be for the layout, and what main weight is used for the layout material. So, today I will explain about the size measurements and weight, all in this order. The planted aquarium we are using today is a 60 cm aquarium, and this is called a standard aquarium. The width is 60 cm, the depth is 30 cm, and the height is 36 cm. The size is about it. For the standard 60 cm aquarium size, how large should the primary stone should be, and points are such, are what I hope you pay attention to in this video. And first, on the point of the layout, I may repeat this point a lot further on in this video to emphasize, but the triangle-shaped layout depends on the headstone size and voluminousness. If we say in this reverse, if this part is matching and appropriate in size, it might sound misleading, but the triangle-shaped layout stone arrangement is actually quite easy to create. So I hope you really pay attention to this primary stone area in this video. So, all of the stones used in this video are all shown on top of this table. In order to see the sizes of the stones that we used, I will measure the sizes now. First, I will measure the primary stone, which is put in the middle. This stone is overall around 32 centimeters long. So, it is approximately around 30 centimeters. The shape is a little bit irregular, so I'm going to measure the thickest part of the width. This part is just a little bit shorter than 20 centimeters, around 18 centimeters in width. And as to the thickness, I will show the side to the camera. About the thickness, it is just about 10 centimeters. This is the overall size of the primary stone. Now, I will measure all of the stones that is laying on the sides. This stone is about 16 centimeters, and this one is 13 centimeters. The next one is 11 centimeters. This one on top is 16 centimeters. The bottom right one is about 15 centimeters. The next one is around 16 centimeters. These stones are the ones used to fix the dirt. This one is about 6.5 centimeters, and this is approximately 7 centimeters. These are all of the size ratios. I hope you understand that by using the stones in these sizes, you can create the finished layout. Next, I will be moving on to weighing the stones. First, I will be measuring the main primary stone. Just by holding it, it feels quite heavy. I'm putting it on the scale. This is 4,560 grams in weight. This is quite heavy. It doesn't weigh 5 kilograms, but we can still identify that we are using a stone over 4.5 kilograms. Next, I will be measuring all of the other stones. All of the rest of the stones combined weigh around 3.32 kilograms. So approximately 3.3 kilograms. They weigh 3.3 kilograms, so combined with the single stone piece I measured previously, the total mass is around 8 kilograms. It is a little less than 8 kilograms, around 8 kilograms, so I think it is easy to understand if you had this as an idea. For dragon stones and perforated stones, I think if you choose stones that are around these sizes, you will be able to create the layout. However, if you choose different types of stones, and the density and sizes will differ, so I hope you think of the measurements as an idea for the same type of stones in this video. Please be careful. If you use around 8 kilograms of worth dragon stones, you will be able to create the finished layout. Now I will move on to creating the actual layout. Usually, when laying the substrate, most people lay the front side lower and creating an inclination towards the back side. Horizontally, the substrate is almost put in a flat manner. But for a triangle-shaped layout, the inclination should be on either the right or left side. Raising the height. We need to bring the peak by raising the height. For this video, we are raising here, the right back side, and bringing the peak. Now, I will be creating the inclination. As of now, the amount of substrate is quite small, so the step of adding the substrate little by little as we lay out the stones will be necessary. However, for the baseline, I think it is easy to create the aquascape if we raise the right back side from the beginning. So, moving on, for the triangle-shaped layout, deciding on the position of the primary stone is the most important. This is the primary stone we are using in this video. It is easier to see when I turn this around a little, and you can see that stones have a face. This side of the stone has a very nice shape and face, so for this video we'll be using it in this direction. When doing so, putting the primary stone here, it is completely bad. Balance-wise, we are going to shift this a little and lay it here. As of now, it can't stand on its own, so I'm laying it. For the attaching stones to support the primary stone, it is the best to think of them as a set. If it is a very good stone that can balance itself, you can just put the primary stone by itself. But for this stone, it doesn't lie by itself so well, so I'm adding these stones as support. For the triangle-shaped aquascape, the angle and the width are very important. This is very, very important. It can be said that the placement of the single primary stone really dictates the outcome of the finished aquascape. So please be careful when deciding on the position. Even after placing all of the other stones, you can slightly adjust the primary stone, so don't rush when putting the water inside. The placement of the primary stone is seriously important, so I hope you can find a good balance before moving on to the next step. I think I will slightly adjust this later, but as of now, for temporary, I will put it like this. I think it is easy to see if you look here. The center of the planted aquarium is here, so you can see that it is slightly shifted towards the right. Next, I will be placing all of the other stones. This is the second stone. Next, this is the third stone. The right half of this place can cause an avalanche quite easily. This stone here is actually on the smaller side, but for places with a strong inclination, the stones prevent avalanches and it is an important position, so please put a relatively bigger stone. It goes the same for this stone as well. This also acts to stop the dirt and put it in place. This stone is actually also on the smaller side as well, and it definitely could be bigger, but I am putting this here temporarily. Here, the substrate is actually a little too thin, but as of now, we are placing the stones temporarily. Now I'll be sculpting the aquascape next. These stones act as a side character to make the primary stone stand out even more. For the stones surrounding the primary stone in the triangle-shaped aquascape, we have to create the aquascape while visualizing the water flowing from right to left. So, for the stones put on the left side, we have to sort of lay it going down left. The right side is higher, and the left side is lower. If we place the rocks as I've explained, it is easier to express the flow of the water. Even if you don't have the perfect stone, you can bury the stone on one side and raise the right side and create a triangle-shaped aquascape. You don't have to look for the perfect stone shape, but if you rather pay close attention to the texture, it might be better. Even by the angle you bury it, you can really show the shape of the stone in several ways, so it's good if you think this part through. Another difficult point is in making the stone arrangements appear random. This part is hard, but if the aquascape appears to be man-made, it wouldn't be considered an A-class piece. So really, arranging it to make it seem as if the stone was naturally there is difficult, but also the most exciting and interesting part. So please repeat the stone arrangements, and this is the main part. Stones are hard to work with in comparison to driftwood, so if you keep repeating the stone arrangements, you can find a perfect position. It is difficult, but so the more you do it, the more and more fun it gets. And just by changing a slight angle, the entire image of the aquascape can drastically change. It really is that severe. So please work on it until you can be happy with it. Other than that, for aquascapes like this where the foreground plants are the main aspect, the stone arrangements may appear to be too overshadowing. However, as the foreground plants become more and more bushier as they grow, they will begin to hide away. So it's better to choose stones with a stronger looking appearance. When you look at the layout in an empty condition, the stones appear to be way overshadowing. In this condition where the stone is overshadowing and strong appearing, it will balance out as you add the plants. I hope you remember this as an important aspect. Finally, we will bank the dirt and raise the part. On the back side, I will be adding the substrate like so. For the triangle-shaped aquascape, whether or not you can bring the top peak point to its highest will seriously dictate the intensity. This point is seriously important. Due to editing reasons, it may not be visible right here, but by adding the gravel, the stone placed here will be buried. So, I will pull out the stone right here. We will be adding the substrate, then pulling the stone out, adding the substrate and pulling the stone out. With this method, we can really raise the peak height of the aquascape while simultaneously fixing the dirt. Right here, between the stone in the very front and the second stone, there will be a gap where the water will be flowing, starting to appear. So we will be adding gravel right here as well. For these gaps where the water can flow through easily, you have to fix the stones beforehand, or else, no matter the amount of soil you add, this water will flow and so will the stones. For these small stones as well, you should add wedges and stuff the gaps. By doing so, you can add even more soil to the peak and build a higher inclination. For the gaps as such right here, the soil is flowing out. So, I will place small stones like this behind the stones to fix its position. I will be putting this from behind. See, it is now fixed. By doing so, we can prevent unwanted water flowing while also creating a space at such a relatively high placement. It is not exactly in its most perfect slight adjustment stage, but this is how to create the rough outline of the triangle-shaped aquascape. The primary stone is definitely the important point, so choosing the right size piece is a vital decision. You really have to choose a good size stones that isn't intimidated by the 60 centimeter planted aquarium. You also have to be careful in selecting the shape as well, so in these areas, please be careful and find the perfect stone for your primary stone. I really hope you get to visit a nearby aquarium shop to find and use the perfect and most suitable stone. The 88 dragonstone we used in this video is oftentimes sold by a different name, such as perforated stones, depending on the aquarium maker company. But it is relatively easy to get. Even if there isn't an 88 dealer store nearby you, and you visit an ordinary aquarium shop instead, if you ask the staff, they would most likely to have it. In the rare cases when they don't have dragonstones by your nearby stores, there is a link down below in the description box, so you can check it out for an alternative option. Please check it out. This is the finished aquascape. For you to see around where the stones are placed, I will be filming this from an angle slightly above and change the angle. This is it. In order to create a dynamic appearance, the primary stone is placed on the somewhat front side of the aquarium. And in order to plant many types of background plants, we do have a white space on the back side of the aquarium. If you look at the placement angle and such, you can tell we were conscious of the flow of the water. I don't know how to say it, but like so, and like so. I'm sorry it is a bit hard to understand. By looking at the angle from above, you can see the layout was made conscious of the flow of the water. In the bank segment I previously explained right here, it is one step above the bottom segment. It is one step above, so you can create a rugged aquascape. And although it is small, there is a planting space on the top segment as well. There is a slight space where you can plant background plants such as hair grass, left right here. Like so. How was this video? This video was the second installment in the aquascape series. I've shown you the triangle-shaped aquascape. As the same with driftwood, for the stone arrangement, it is very important to choose a large stone that may seem too big. This is one point. Although it is a repetition from previous videos, as the plants grow, the material strength will gradually be eliminated, and the power the materials hold will be weaker. So, choosing a stone that is large and strong looking is quite vital. In reality, it is impossible to make a small material look bigger, but in reverse, by burying the stones, you can make a material that is too large to actually appear to be smaller. As the saying, large doubles as small goes, choosing an oversized-ish stone will actually solve the balance eventually. So, when you are selecting the material, I hope you can take this into consideration and create a good layout. For this video, the second installment, we did a triangle-shaped layout. But now on, we will try our best to answer requests such as convex layouts and patterns such as combinations with driftwoods to answer requests with a variety of combinations between materials and aquascapes. If you have any requests, please leave them in the comments section down below and we will make sure to thoroughly check it. As of now, in terms of responses to comments, we have to edit YouTube videos and maintain the shop itself as well, and we seriously can't take the time, so we can't respond to each and every single comment we receive. I hope you understand this point. This video today was about aquascapes, and if you like this video, I hope you subscribe to our Wasabi Aquarium channel. We will be uploading videos regularly, so if you put the notification settings on, you won't miss any of our newest uploads, and we will be thankful. This is it for this video. Thank you for watching.